Hello, I'm Viki Lareau with Modern Jewelry Creators. Thank you for selecting this video and joining me today. Today's video is a little different. I am going to be talking about something else instead of our traditional jewelry making content, but I will be back with more of those videos next time. Today I'm going to be talking about selling the jewelry that you have made, which is a topic I am very familiar with. You may or may not know that I have been in this industry for over 3 decades now, and that I've actually written a couple books on the topic and taught many in-person seminars across the country at different bead shows and trade shows, helping people turn this jewelry making hobby into a business to become a professional jewelry designer. But that is not the type of selling I'm actually talking about today. You know, in a couple years ago, I had to take my retail store, the Bead Factory, and put it 100% online instead, which has been a big change, a big challenge, and a big undertaking. And, with the pandemic still going even 2 years later, more people are just still shopping online than ever before, right? And it's just going to keep increasing. But the truth is that only a very small percentage of people that make jewelry as a hobby ever want to turn it into a business. Generally, we just love the making, right? We just love making. That's the fun of it. It's that hobby that we're passionate about. And we always end up making more jewelry than we could ever possibly wear, or give away. And the majority of us that fall in love with this passion end up amassing a small fortune in supplies and amount of finished jewelry. And so about 6 months after the pandemic started, I developed an online course called Sell My Stash for those customers to show them how they could sell their pieces, their one-off pieces they made originally for themselves, and how they could easily sell them online now because I'd been doing it. And they could do this without any tech skills. They don't need a website, fancy equipment, nothing like that. And so now this pandemic is still going on, like I said, 2 years later. So I decided to go ahead and update it. And I'm excited to present Sell My Stash 2.0 for 2022. And I've updated it completely with all new videos and new handouts and new information. So I'm really excited to be launching that again. Because the truth is, there's no possible way for us to make all the jewelry that we have made. That's not even the goal. Like I mentioned, we just love making it. And I know for my customers, a lot of them have very high quality jewelry. And so it doesn't always lend itself to just casually giving those pieces away all the time either. I've also been involved with selling over a dozen of my longtime customers full bead collections. We call them estate sales. And so I know that it's extremely common for us to have tons and tons of materials and supplies that we don't use, tons of jewelry we've made that we haven't looked at in years, pieces that we've just never finished for whatever reason. It's extremely common the longer that we've been in this hobby. And so we end up with so many pieces that go unloved and underappreciated, really. And while these pieces in this hobby made us so happy when we were making it, sometimes now, though, the thought and the sight of so much can actually make us feel poorly. It can make us feel bad about the quantity of supplies we don't use, or the amount of jewelry we've made we don't wear, or pieces we haven't got back to finish yet, which is not a great way to feel around something that used to bring us so much joy. And so I developed this course to help you sell those one-off pieces from home so that you'd be able to recoup the materials you invested in these pieces and not just make money from them, but also clear some of that clutter out, right? And be able to see what you actually have and what you do love, what pieces you do wear, what ones you want to keep, and what pieces you could let go. And so in one way where we can sometimes feel guilty about the amount of supplies we don't use, so we don't buy anything new because we think, oh, I just need to use what I already have so much, or God forbid someone from the outside makes a comment like that because they just don't get it, that we have to keep continuing to purchase new things to use the old things, right? That's what inspires us to keep making. But we can get stuck in a place where we don't feel like we should. Well, this is, again, a great opportunity then to almost recycle that money, right? So we release the pieces we've made out to other people that will wear them. And with that money and space we've made, physically and energetically, we can invest that in more pieces and more materials to make new pieces. And that may sound funny, but it really is meant to almost take it full circle and bring more joy and excitement back to a passion that we have loved for so long. And it allows us to, spend that money guilt-free and buy more materials or whatever, or do a completely different craft. But I think it can really be a neat way to almost energize this passion for you. Again, you don't need any fancy equipment, tech skills at all. You need a smartphone and a PC, computer, and an internet connection, obviously. If you've been following your friends or grandchildren on Facebook or Instagram, that's helpful. If you haven't, if you're not signed up for any kind of social media, I'll show you easily how to do that and how to connect with the algorithm so we get in the right groups and connect with the right kinds of buyers that are looking for this jewelry. Because this is not a program about how to sell on Etsy or eBay or something like that. We're not competing with other jewelry designers here. This is about how to create just your own collection, your own sales event. If you've ever tried to sell casually, like had a show at your home or done a church bazaar, that can be really difficult actually, because you're limiting to such a small local crowd, where again, selling online, and now again that more people are used to it than ever, there are also more opportunities and more ways to sell online than ever that are easier than ever before. I've been doing it 100% exclusively now for several years, and I've developed a very strategic kind of purposeful blueprint that will walk you through just the few steps you need to be able to sell your pieces. And there are 10 sections or modules in the course that walk you through how to sort your jewelry, how to decide what pieces to sell, how to evaluate them if some pieces need repair or finishing, and then how to put them in small collections. I don't want it to be overwhelming. If you have a lot of jewelry, we're not talking about doing one big sale or something like that. It's about how to make very small, thoughtful, purposeful collections, and how those will sell easier, how to list those and in what order. And I walk you through a pricing structure that will recoup your cost of materials plus a little bit more. This, again, is not about, it's not the same kind of pricing structure a business would use. It's not pricing for profit. And we're also not having a garage sale. We're not just trying to clear something. In our shop, right, we taught tons and tons of classes all the time. And by the end of a class quarter, after 3 months, we taught the same class 4, 5, 6 times. Every time we taught a class, we had another piece of that bracelet or necklace or earring, right? So by the end of a quarter, I had half a dozen of this same, piece of jewelry that I don't need that many of. So every quarter we had a finished jewelry sale where we sold our class samples just over the cost of materials. And so I have a very strategic pricing structure that I know works. I've sold thousands of pieces of jewelry at this point very successfully and made thousands and thousands of dollars doing it. So I'm excited to share that through this process. As a special bonus to this course, I also include my other online course, which is called Smartphone Jewelry Photography, which is a $50 value all on its own that I just throw in as a bonus. So Merry Christmas. But because we're going to put our jewelry online, we need great pictures. And your smartphone has a fantastic camera. And so this separate course walks you through how to do that. And Again, you don't need any special equipment, skills, apps to buy unless you want a new camera app. But you can do this exclusively with your camera. And I have, again, spent the last several years with my online business, and every picture's been taken with my smartphone, every video filmed with my smartphone, and it's worked very successfully. And I think I've worked out a really good system for that as well. So that is included also. The other couple bonuses that are included are how to sell any fashion or costume jewelry, finished pieces. I started my jewelry career at Nordstrom in the jewelry department, selling Dior, Givenchy, Monet, Swarovski pieces. So if you have jewelry like that, there's a little separate strategy for how to sell those pieces. And then another bonus I had before is how to sell any kind of supplies you may have you didn't use. So if you got into Kumihimo or PMC or something and then never ended up using them, I also include a special bonus on how you can sell those pieces. But also in the course, it walks through how to accept payment easily. You don't need special merchant accounts and business licenses. I promise it's a really fantastic process that then once you do it, it's just rinse and repeat and do it over and over again as often as you want to sell your jewelry. So every 3 months, every 6 months, once a year. That's the great thing about an online course is even though we miss our in-person classes, and I look forward to doing them again as well, but an online course does have great benefits, like being able to take it in your own pace at your convenience, and then take it over again or revisit any parts of it again. So you may do a couple collections now, and in a year you may want to revisit the course and then sell again. Each time I relaunch this course and update it, you'll also be sent or emailed the new updated version. And so students that purchased this last time will get this new updated version. So you'll always be getting the latest version of this course. And then the last bonus I want to mention is our private Facebook group, which is currently very small because it only has the students that signed up the first time for this course, but hopefully over time, as I continue to update it, will grow. But it's really meant to be a great community where you can ask questions like, I don't remember what this bead is or what its value is, or you want feedback on a certain photograph. You can ask me questions. That's also different about this course. You have access to me, of course, anytime. So I'm excited to be able to show you how you can sell your jewelry and other supplies you have not been using and turn that into new money or just new space or new jewelry, whatever you want to do with it. The full price of the course is $99, but because I'm relaunching it, I'm doing special promotions around it that I will link below. I don't want to mention them in the video because they're subject to change, but because I am launching a new version, there's definitely some promo code you can get in on now. And like I said, it already includes that $50 photography course as well as tons of other bonuses. So there is a 100% money back guarantee if you find it's not for you. I don't want you to keep something you're not going to use. But I am really thrilled and excited to be offering this again and have it newly updated. And I hope that you will take a look at it and consider joining and being part of this little community. And I think it will be fun. So thank you for your attention today. Ask me any questions you want in the comments below or email me. And next time we'll get right back to our jewelry making content. And so until then, as always, please sparkle brightly like the star that you are. Mwah. Peace.